We made the classic German-style poached asparagus. But you know I love Chinese food, and asparagus does indeed appear in Chinese cuisine from time to time. So today I'm gonna show you 3 delicious Chinese-inspired recipes with green asparagus, starting with stupid easy and going all the way up to advanced. Level 1 is Qingchao Lusun. Qingchao is actually a very common and super simple technique to whip up a quick stir fry, mostly with just one green vegetable. It also works super well with things like pak choy. We simply begin with a little bit of water, to which we're adding salt, sugar, cornstarch, and a little bit of MSG. Wait, not yet. I actually find that for the Qingchao technique, a little drop of fish sauce works just as well. Okay, tiny whisk this and set aside, because now, asparagus. For this dish, I recommend using some young and tender shoots that aren't too thick. Remove the woody ends and then slice your asparagus on a bias into 3 to 4 segments. And yeah, that's pretty much all the prep. I know that was fast, but this is level 1 after all. Now, to a wok or heavy skillet on medium-high heat, we are adding oil and minced garlic. Give this just a few seconds to infuse the oil, but don't burn the garlic. Now bring in your asparagus, stir fry for just about a minute, and introduce your sauce. Now stir fry for another minute until the starchy sauce has thickened and, level 1, completed. Simple, quick, and crunchy Qingchao Lusun. Of course, that was just warm-up, guys. Level 2 is Lusun Xiarer, asparagus and shrimp. Because you know what? Asparagus and any kind of seafood is an incredible match. To keep this simple, we start with peeled and ready-to-cook shrimp. And right away we add Chinese cooking wine, ginger juice, and a bit of salt. All 3 of these help to neutralize the fishy and raw taste notes. We follow up with sugar, a good pinch of white pepper, cornstarch, and a bit of baking soda. Oh yeah. That baking soda is actually gonna help with texture. We want firm and bouncy shrimps. And now, to the horror of my Chinese viewers, I'm going to mix these with my hands. Don't worry guys, they're clean and it's just convenient. Okay, asparagus, you know the drill. Remove the stems, cut on a bias, asparagus. But this time, we're gonna blanch the asparagus. Now for this level, I picked pretty thick shoots, so I'm gonna give them about 2 to 3 minutes. And these are rehydrated dried chilies. I know, I'm lazy. I just put dried chilies in water for 20 minutes. You can totally use fresh chili or none at all if you're weak. Now, for a completely legit Chinese cooking technique, I'm not joking by the way, I use my scissors to slice them. Our shrimps are now done marinating, so we can drain the liquid and pat them as dry as we can. Because the next step is guoyou, passing them through hot oil for maximum juiciness. And relax, you can also quickly pan fry them if you want to save on the oil. Now look at these beauties. We are ready to wok and roll, so we add garlic and chili to some hot oil, return our shrimp, and of course, the asparagus. A good minute of stir frying later, we go in with some oyster sauce and a little dash of soy sauce. Ooh, this smelled so extremely savory that I decided to add a bit of ginger juice to balance that umami, and that was definitely a wise idea. Level 2 completed. Bouncy shrimps, crunchy asparagus with a hint of garlic and spice. How can you say no to that? Now, for that final level, I had to get a little bit creative. There's a super classic Chinese dish called mushu rou. Some know it as mushu pork. And this dish has 4 main ingredients: pork, egg, wood ear mushroom, and the 4th one, that's always different. Sometimes it's bamboo, sometimes it's cucumber, sometimes it's some crazy shit I've never seen before. But you know what? I actually thought asparagus might work really well for this one. So we're starting this level with a bit of pork loin, which we are cutting into slivers. As always, we make a quick marinade, this time with cornstarch, cooking wine, and a bit of soy sauce. Mixy, and then once the pork is well coated, we add some oil so the meat doesn't stick together as much. And smells good already. Next ingredient will be our eggs, which we are beating with a tiny splash of both cooking wine and water. Also a smidgen of salt. Now transfer the egg mixture into a pan with a generous amount of very hot oil. Gently fold a few curds into the egg and remove when you feel it's about 80% or so cooked. We still want it to be nice and tender. Clean your pan, heat some oil, and now we can bring in our meat and fry until lightly browned. And at this stage, we're adding in julienne spring onions and ginger. We stir fry everything until it's nice and fragrant, and now we can add in poached asparagus, you already know how to do that, along with some rehydrated wood ear mushrooms. Finally, we bring back the fried egg, add one more dash of cooking wine, a pinch of sugar and salt, a drizzle of sesame oil, and at last, a sprinkle of MSG. I know this recipe is a bit steppy, but hey, level 3 completed. You get a super unique take on musuro, and you know what? Success. The asparagus works really well in this dish. A taste test with AP confirms that all 3 ingredients are delicious. If you enjoyed this video, there is a lot more Chinese cooking on my channel. Go check that out, and I'll see you in the next one.